In a world filled with political turmoil and divisive rhetoric, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective that can help us navigate the complexities of modern governance. Stoicism, which originated in ancient Greece, teaches us to focus on what we can control while accepting what we cannot. Its core principles include wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, encouraging individuals to cultivate inner peace and resilience in the face of external challenges. As we approach the 2024 presidential elections, featuring prominent figures like Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, the relevance of Stoicism becomes even more pronounced. The 2024 elections are shaping up to be a pivotal moment in American history, with Trump seeking to reclaim the presidency and Harris representing the current administration. Voters are faced with stark choices that could significantly impact the nation's future. This political landscape is rife with emotional appeals, heated debates, and polarized opinions, making it essential for citizens to engage thoughtfully and constructively. Here, Stoicism can provide valuable insights into how we approach political discourse. By embracing Stoic principles, we can learn to detach our emotions from the political fray, allowing us to engage in discussions with clarity and reason. Instead of reacting impulsively to inflammatory statements or partisan attacks, Stoicism encourages us to reflect on our values and the greater good. This mindset fosters a more civil dialogue, enabling us to listen actively and consider opposing viewpoints without losing our composure. As we prepare for the upcoming elections, let's explore how Stoic philosophy can guide us in making informed decisions and participating in a more respectful political conversation. By applying these timeless principles, we can contribute to a healthier democratic process and cultivate a sense of unity amidst the chaos. Understanding Stoicism. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that emphasizes the development of self-control, virtue, and rationality as a means to achieve a tranquil and fulfilling life. At its core, Stoicism teaches that virtue, defined as moral excellence, is the highest good. This virtue is closely tied to wisdom, which involves understanding the world and our place within it. Emotional resilience is another key concept, encouraging individuals to manage their reactions to external events and maintain inner peace despite life's challenges. The origins of Stoicism can be traced back to ancient Greece in the early 3rd century BCE, founded by Zeno of Citium. It later flourished in Rome, where prominent philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius expanded its teachings. Seneca, a statesman and playwright, emphasized the importance of reason and the need to confront adversity with courage. Epictetus, a former slave, taught that while we cannot control external circumstances, we can control our responses to them. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, is perhaps the most famous Stoic, known for his personal writings in Meditations, where he reflects on the application of Stoic principles in daily life. In today's often fast-paced world, Stoicism remains relevant, offering practical tools for navigating modern challenges. Its teachings encourage individuals to focus on what they can control, such as their thoughts, actions, and attitudes, while accepting what they cannot change. This mindset is particularly valuable in the realm of politics, where emotions often run high. By applying Stoic principles, individuals can engage in political discussions with a sense of calm and clarity, fostering constructive dialogue rather than divisive arguments. Ultimately, Stoicism invites us to cultivate a life of virtue and wisdom, equipping us with the emotional resilience needed to face both personal and societal challenges. By embracing these timeless teachings, we can navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and purpose. The political landscape. Trump versus Harris. As the 2024 presidential elections approach, the political landscape is dominated by two contrasting figures, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Each candidate embodies distinct political ideologies and platforms that reflect their visions for America. Trump, representing the Republican Party, champions a platform centered on economic growth, deregulation, and a strong national defense. His policies often emphasize tax cuts, immigration reform, and a commitment to America First principles. In contrast, Harris, the Democratic nominee, advocates for social justice, climate action, and healthcare reform. Her platform includes expanding access to affordable healthcare, addressing systemic inequalities, and promoting environmental sustainability. Public personas play a crucial role in how these candidates resonate with voters. Trump is known for his brash, unapologetic unapologetic style, often using social media to communicate directly with his supporters. This approach has garnered a loyal base that appreciates his outsider status and willingness to challenge the political establishment. On the other hand, Harris presents a more measured and empathetic persona, often highlighting her background as a prosecutor and her commitment to civil rights. Her ability to connect with diverse communities and advocate for progressive issues appeals to a broad spectrum of voters, particularly younger generations. Examining their leadership styles through a Stoic lens reveals interesting implications. Trump's assertive and often confrontational approach can be seen as a reflection of Stoic courage, but it sometimes lacks the temperance and wisdom that Stoicism advocates. His tendency to react impulsively can lead to divisive rhetoric, which may undermine constructive dialogue. Conversely, Harris's leadership style embodies a more collaborative and inclusive approach, aligning with Stoic principles of justice and virtue. Her focus on empathy and understanding can foster a sense of unity, encouraging a more thoughtful political discourse. As we navigate this election cycle, understanding the political positions and personas of Trump and Harris through a Stoic framework can provide valuable insights into their potential impact on the nation's future. Stoic responses to political conflict. In an era marked by intense political disagreements and heightened emotions, Stoicism offers a valuable framework for navigating these conflicts with grace and composure. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the understanding that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. This principle is particularly relevant when it comes to handling anger and frustration in politics. Instead of allowing these emotions to dictate our responses, Stoics encourage us to pause, reflect, and choose a more measured approach. When faced with political disagreements, a Stoic would advocate for rational discourse over emotional outbursts. For instance, rather than responding to a provocative statement with anger, a Stoic might take a step back to assess the situation objectively. They would ask themselves questions like, what is within my control, and how can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? This reflective practice helps to diffuse tension and fosters a more constructive dialogue. Moreover, Stoics emphasize the importance of empathy and understanding in discussions. They would encourage individuals to listen actively to opposing viewpoints, recognizing that everyone is shaped by their experiences and beliefs. By approaching conversations with curiosity rather than hostility, we can create an environment where meaningful exchanges can occur. For example, instead of dismissing someone's opinion outright, a Stoic might seek to understand the reasoning behind it, asking clarifying questions and finding common ground. As we engage in political discussions, adopting a Stoic mindset can transform our interactions. By focusing on rationality, empathy, and self-control, we can contribute to a more respectful and productive political discourse. Encouraging viewers to embrace these principles not only enhances their own experiences, but also promotes a healthier democratic process. In a time when division seems prevalent, Stoicism reminds us that we have the power to choose our responses and foster understanding, even amidst disagreement. Stoic lessons for voters. As we approach the 2024 elections, voters can draw valuable lessons from Stoicism to guide their decision-making process. One of the most important Stoic principles is the emphasis on critical thinking and self-reflection. In a political landscape often filled with sensationalism and emotional appeals, it is crucial for voters to engage in thoughtful analysis of candidates and their platforms. This means taking the time to research policies, understand the implications of proposed changes, and consider how these align with one's own values and beliefs. By practicing self-reflection, voters can ensure that their choices are informed and intentional rather than reactive. Another key lesson from Stoicism is the importance of focusing on virtues rather than personalities. In the heat of an election, it can be easy to get caught up in the charisma or public persona of candidates. However, Stoicism teaches us to prioritize moral character and integrity over superficial traits. Voters should evaluate candidates based on their commitment to virtues such as justice, wisdom, and courage. This approach encourages a more substantive discussion about the issues at hand, rather than getting distracted by personal attacks or sensational headlines. Additionally, Stoicism underscores the significance of civic duty and ethical considerations in decision-making. Voting is not just a right, it is a responsibility that impacts the community and future generations. Stoics would remind us to consider the broader implications of our choices, asking ourselves how our votes contribute to the common good. This perspective encourages voters to think beyond their immediate interests and consider the ethical ramifications of their decisions. By incorporating these Stoic lessons into the voting process, individuals can approach the 2024 elections with a sense of purpose and integrity. Emphasizing critical thinking, virtue, and civic responsibility not only enhances personal decision-making, but also fosters a more informed and engaged electorate. In a time of division, these principles can help unite voters around shared values and a commitment to a better future. Conclusion. As we wrap up our exploration of Stoicism and its relevance to the 2024 presidential elections, it's essential to recap the key insights we've discussed. Stoicism, with its emphasis on virtue, wisdom, and emotional resilience, offers a powerful framework for navigating the complexities of modern politics. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, we can engage in political discourse with clarity and purpose. The contrasting political positions of candidates like Donald Trump and Kamala Harris highlight the importance of critical thinking and self-reflection as we evaluate their platforms and personas. Maintaining a Stoic perspective in political matters encourages us to prioritize virtues over personalities, fostering a more substantive and respectful dialogue. By practicing empathy and rational discourse, we can contribute to a healthier political environment, even amidst disagreements. Furthermore, embracing our civic duty and ethical considerations ensures that our voting decisions reflect not just our interests, but also the greater good of our communities. As we move forward in this election cycle, I encourage you to adopt these Stoic principles in your own political discussions and decision-making. By doing so, you can help create a more informed and engaged electorate, one that values reason and virtue over division and chaos. If you found this discussion insightful, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel for more content on Stoicism and its applications in everyday life. Don't forget to like this video and share it with friends and family who might benefit from these lessons. Engaging with this content not only helps us grow our community, but also fosters a collective commitment to thoughtful and respectful political engagement. Thank you for joining us, and let's continue to explore how Stoicism can guide us in navigating the challenges of our time.